Hey fellow friends, here's a list of my top 10 favorite live-action Spider-Man costumes. This is going to be based off of movies and TV shows where there's an actual actor in the costume. What's not going to be on this list are suits worn by the same actor with only minor changes. So for example, I will not have Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man 2 costumes. Starting the list off is Tom Holland in Captain America Civil War. This is the costume he wore before getting Tony Stark's upgraded suit. You can see it looks a lot like something a kid who dumpster dives for his computer would be able to come up with. Also, this costume attempts to explain the bug eyes Spider-Man is known to have, because spiders are not insects, so they wouldn't have eyes like one. 2002 gave us our first real Spider-Man movie, and with it, the number 9 entry on this list. This is the suit that Tobey Maguire wore during his short-lived day as a wrestler. The design he has on the shirt is cool, but the gloves aren't. I wonder how he's able to stick to things with gloves so thick. Number 8 is the 1978 Japanese Spider-Man. This suit is more along the lines of the traditional suit, but had a big watch-like bracelet that stored the costume and that shot his webs. To me, this would be the first notable live-action web shooter. Next we have number 7, Spider-Man's first appearance on TV back in 1967, only about 5 years after his big comic book debut. He didn't have his own show, these were just funny clips on the Electric Company. I'm not saying they were meant to be funny, but when you look at the difference in the times between then and now, it's just funny. They used the illustrations to show some of the action instead of showing actual violence on the show. Next we come upon Spider-Man's first TV show, The Amazing Spider-Man from 1977. It looks like an earlier version of the Tobey Maguire costume with its big weird bug eyes. The only thing is, I don't know if they meant to have it as reflective lenses like Tobey's did. We're halfway there and we come upon one that's a little weird. Because, alright, I know this one is less Spider-Man and more Unabomber, but to be honest, it's so simple. It's the one I feel like if it were me, it's what I would end up wearing. Simple ski mask and glasses. This is how you dress when you don't want to be recognized. The only thing with this suit is you can't be mad at Jameson and the rest of the population for calling Spider-Man a menace. I mean, come on. He looks like the Unabomber. Poor Andrew Garfield didn't get his fair share of time in the red and blue spandex. And that would make me upset because I really did like his version of Spider-Man. It almost reminds me of the 2099 version for some reason. Number 3. Spider-Man is cool and all, but imagine him in all black. Despite what you might want to say about Spider-Man 3, you can't say you didn't think it was cool when you first saw the symbiote suit Spider-Man. This is the first and only time we've gotten to see Spider-Man change his color scheme from red and blue in live action. It may not be the last though. You never know, we might see an Iron Spider coming soon. This suit was based off the symbiote suit Spider-Man got in Secret Wars number 8 and wore in Amazing Spider-Man 252 back in 1984. Before I get to my last two, I want to give an honorable mention to a suit that did not make this list because I don't think it's fair to include a suit that technically hasn't officially been released yet. And I don't mean the suit hasn't been released, we did see it in the trailer. I just mean the movie in which the suit debuts has not been released. So here's to the webbed-winged spider suit. Okay, so these last two are a bit controversial. I'm sure you can tell which two I've come down to. Now, before I continue, I want to remind you this is a countdown of my favorite Spider-Man live-action suits, not actors. So with that said, my number 2 is Tom Holland. Yes, so as I mentioned, this is just the Civil War suit that he got from Tony Stark. It doesn't include the Homecoming suit that we saw in the trailer with the webbing under his arms. I know that this costume is a fan favorite, and it's similar to the way Spider-Man was drawn by Steve Ditko back in 1962. Lastly, we have 2002 Spider-Man. This costume to me is classic. It doesn't matter who you think the best Spider-Man is, Tobey Maguire is classic. Matter of fact, let me know in the comments who your favorite Spider-Man actor is. Even though apparently he ended up acting like a diva in the end, when I think Spider-Man, there's a part of me that will always flash back to Tobey Maguire in this iconic Spider-Man costume. So there you have it. That's my list of my top 10 favorite live-action Spider-Man suits. Why don't you let me know if you agree or how you would have ranked them down below in the comments. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button for more videos like this and other comic book related videos. Thanks for watching. Until next time, Brian out.